It's that time of year. And what time of year is that? It's now officially, from what I'm hearing, it's just rumors, the second biggest holiday, Halloween. Halloween, as they call it. And it's going to make $12.2 billion this year. It's on a 15 or 16% increase from last year. Halloween's taken off, only second to Christmas, is what I'm hearing. So Tommy, we're gonna get into something fun for this Halloween.
We are. We're going to get our sugar rush on, and we're going to be talking about our top Halloween candies. The kind of candies that, when you're a little kid, you go up to the door, you get one of these dropped in your bag, you're pretty damn excited.
You are.
So
and you're ready to do a circle back. Now this might look a little different. Our trio D is on the hunt, doing some business for the group right now. So we're gonna knock this one out quick as just the duo right here. TNT, a little explosion. So I'm gonna start it right off because I think with the Halloween candy thing, I have to go back to when I was young, and that if I went to a house, if this was there, it's bingo, right? You're telling everybody you pass, you're like, you can't believe it what these guys, like what they have at this house. For me, it was pretty simple. I'm going to start it right off because these were definitely more expensive. And if someone was passing them out and you're doing it down the road, and that's blow pops. If someone had a blow pop.
Ooh, nice. Charms, yeah. Blow pops.
If you had a Charms blow pop and you were given that, it felt like you just got gold from a house. So that's my first one.
And that's a great pick. I mean, that's really two candies in one. You get a lollipop, then you get the gum afterwards.
Unbelievable. 2 for 1.
What's not to like? What's not to like? So, I'm going to go with my first pick. Again, this is just personal preference, just something that gets you excited. Because like you said, man, I think you brought up a really good point. Halloween's not always about your average candy that you can get at the store any day of the week. It's about a specialty, unique item. So I'm going to go with, I would love occasionally, you only get like 1 or 2 of these a year, but you get airheads occasionally. A nice airhead. It's a good time. It's a long strip of candy.
That's a lot of candy. I mean, that's a lot of candy. If someone's giving those out, that's a lot of real estate that they have to take up, and it's a lot of cash. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's money. And that's how you're thinking about it when you're a kid. It's it's like if somebody's giving out full candy bars, it's like, what is going on here? Forget it.
That's the next level, man.
It's next level. And that's why I'm going to go with for my second one. If you were giving these out, even if you were just giving out the 2-pack, but if you were giving out the full one, there'd be a line out the door of people who weren't even in costume. There might be parents on that line, and that would be Kit Kats. If you're giving out Kit Kats, you're winning. I mean, right now, it probably happened later, but in the 80s, they weren't really knocking out like just the 2 sticks. If you were giving out Kit Kats, you were getting the big pack, look like a brick.
4 sticks. You got 4 sticks.
You got 4 sticks, and you would go change a costume just to get back to that house if you had to.
And I got a question for you. They say, give me a break, break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. I'm not breaking off shit.
No, nobody's getting a piece of the Kit Kat bar.
I'm not breaking off a goddamn thing.
No, you have to be super close with someone to give them a piece of the Kit Kat.
To really break it off, yeah, for sure. All right, so I'm going to go with number 2. This is just a classic for me. Theo and I were talking off air, and you either get the fruity kind of candies or you get the chocolatey kind of candies. Those are kind of the 2 realms. I'm going to stick with the fruity candy land, and I'm going to taste the rainbow with some glorious Skittles. Who doesn't love Skittles?
Everybody does. Now they got all the fancy flavors, but back then
tons of fancy flavors.
That red pack, poof.
And you know what else too? This is a true story. It was only till my adult years that I realized that each Skittle was actually a different flavor. I just thought they were all the same flavor because I used to literally just rip that pack and put the whole pack in my mouth, like the fun size pack. That's a bite size for guys like me. That's a one-shot deal. So yeah, Skittles. Gotta love it.
And then again, those bite size are later. You're getting the sleeved one a little, back in the day. And again, if somebody's handing those out, those are big money candies. And I think that's where it goes. Now, this next one is not a big money candy, but it's one that you have. For me, it takes time to have it, because if not, you'll break your teeth. It takes time. You have to enjoy it. And then there were these kind of rare flavors that you would get. So if someone had these, and usually you get more than one or two, I mean, a crazy person would just give a kid one, but they might be mixed in with something else. But I'm such a huge fan, and that's Jolly Ranchers. Any type of Jolly Rancher. Any type of Jolly Rancher. Obviously, red is always the one, but there's the grape one that'll sneak up on you and you'll love. And it just takes time. It's a candy that you're going to enjoy for a little while.
You could almost say it's like the Cuban cigar of little kid candy, because you're gonna enjoy
really
that for a little while.
You're gonna sit back. Yeah. You're gonna just enjoy it. And listen, it doesn't cost
watermelon
much.
too.
Watermelon.
You get a watermelon flavor, which is nice.
Green apple.
Whew. That one's for me. That's a little tart, but I could see
it's
how
a little
some
heavy
people
for
like
you.
that.
It's a little hardcore. That's like a grain alcohol.
Before I say pick number 3, we would love to hear your Rushmore of candies. Halloween candies, that is. We're not just talking any candy.
It's not any
We're talking
candy.
Halloween candy. So drop your Rushmores down in the comments. I'm going to tell you my third one, which is a classic. Halloween's a classic American holiday, and this is a classic American candy, and that's peanut M&Ms. I love me some peanut M&Ms. The yellow pack. Get me that yellow pack. And, I always justify it like this, too. I'm always like, it's the healthy candy because you're eating peanuts, and everyone knows that nuts are loaded with healthy fats. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, the worst of the nuts. Yeah, but I didn't know any of that. I was always peanut M&M. I mean, there's not a day of the week, a moment where I wouldn't take yellow bag over the brown bag. It was just, that was it all the time, right? But then as I was at the end of my run of candy, I unfortunately, now my kids enjoy it all. I don't. They created the almond M&M, which was an extraordinary invention.
Oh, that's top shelf, brother.
Yeah, and now they have like the almond dark chocolate M&M. I mean, so they've really gone into a whole different realm. But back in the day, again, before these kind of pre-bags, and maybe they did make some in the 80s, that little yellow bag, that's a winner. You're getting like 5 to 10 peanut M&Ms, big winner.
It's like putting a pair of Nikes on your feet. You just know it's good.
You're never not taking that. Like, that's a good one. You got a smile on your face when you're leaving that house. And I'll tell you another one for me is, and I don't really know anybody that doesn't like this candy. And on Halloween, various size ones, if somebody's giving out full bars of this, they have to be like a 1%. Yeah, even richer. They have to be like Elon Musk or somebody. Like, if you're giving out full Snicker bars, because that's what it is, Snickers.
No, to a kid, you're a multimillionaire. This person must be.
You've made it. You've made it. You're swimming in the gold coins like Scrooge McDuck, because but I'll take just that little Snicker, and that house won Halloween if they have a little Snicker. You've won.
Oh yeah, no, Snickers are great, man. That's they make us when we're in a bad mood. The Snickers make us feel better, right? They turn you into Rosie O'Donnell, or from Rosie O'Donnell to a regular person. I don't know if you saw.
Is that what it was? Those commercials. We used to do those. Yeah, those were really
someone's
good
they're bitching and they're bitching, and then you hand them a Snickers and they're back to normal.
Because it really satisfies.
Exactly. I love
Snickers, and it does really satisfy.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, a lot of candy doesn't fill you up, but like if you're hungry and you have a Snicker, you're gonna get a little satiation out of it.
And apparently it's Snickers. You got to put the
Snickers, right? Yeah, it's not a Snicker bar. I won't say names, but I was working with an Australian actor, and it was funny because she was talking about Snickers, and she was like, "I need chocolate. I need a Snicker bar," and I was like, "No, it's Snickers. I need a Snicker bar," and I was like, "No, Snickers." She couldn't put the S. She couldn't put the S on it
because it doesn't really make sense. Yeah,
a Snicker bar.
A Snickers.
It was so funny with her accent.
They didn't really need to do that S. Go ahead.
No, they didn't. They added in. All right, pick number 4. This is one that I will strictly eat for Halloween only. I can't think of a time in my life when I've ever purchased this in a store, but God damn it, I like them. And that's Sugar Babies. Wow. Sugar Babies are just a tiny little like chocolate pellet. It's just like a pellet of sugar.
Wow, that's a
and like
candy.
It gets me high. No,
Oof,
fall back, brother. It's all good because you know
fall
what?
back.
I'm after that buzz, man.
I
Like if you're
don't
a
even
little,
know if I know what one tastes like.
that's because it's literally just a hunk of sugar in disguise as a chocolatey treat. But they're sugar babies. They're a good time. It's fun to say. Makes you feel like you're Frank Sinatra. Candy sugar babies.
Sugar,
I'll eat a
baby.
few. You know. But it's a
Yeah.
good candy, man. And it's kind of, again, for me, this list is just it's exclusive to Halloween. I would never go in a store and purchase that.
Right.
But
You're not going to
you put
grab
one
that
in
on the
my
way out.
you put a little sugar in my sack, I might just eat it.
That's well, that sounds terrible, but yeah, I get it. No, I get it. All right, so honorable mention for me, and it's very hard to even leave this off, but I replaced it with something that I felt very confident with, and it's my number one. As I've gotten older, I do have a version of this every single night. I have the dark chocolate healthy version of this every night, but it is the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, which to me is an ideal candy on your Halloween adventures as you're coming through and you get home. Because again,
Classic.
takes a minute. Got a couple more than one or two bites with it. You're gonna love it. Everybody loves it. Reese's Peanut Butter Cup is my number one honorable mention. What do you got?
You know what the finest part about the construction of the cup? I love the ridged edges of the peanut
So
butter cup.
good. The way
No
they
other
cut it.
candy has that texture.
Yeah, it's got look. It's got appeal in the way it looks.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful,
beautiful.
candy. Sure.
All right, so for me, my honorable mention, again, I'm going with stuff that I really only mess around with come Halloween, and I'm gonna go with good old fashioned Nerds. And here's why I like
Great
Nerds.
pick.
They come in a little carton, which is
So
cute.
good.
You get a
So
little
good.
box to come with
So
it,
good.
and you pop that box and you just dump them in your mouth, and
Dump
you
'em.
get a lot. You get a lot of texture. It's a good texture. You get a nice little zip of sugar in you. I'm all about the Nerds, and like you said about Skittles, Theo, they got tons of different flavors of Nerds nowadays. But when I was a kid, they just had a couple.
It was
But
like
yeah,
grape
Nerds,
and red, and I think it was like grape and a pink one.
totally.
My thing when I was young is they always look like penises, like on the cartoon. But
They did. I never really thought of that.
no, it definitely looks like a penis.
Some artist was like shoulder checking his buddy, like, "Yeah, check this.
100%.
I'm gonna draw little dicks." For
Yeah,
this
he's
candy
like,
and
they'll
see if they
never
notice."
know. They'll never know. But no, nerds are a winner again. As a father to two young kids, two young boys, nerds are an instant winner no matter what. And it's really interesting because kids have this the same thing. Like all the ones we name, my kids love. I think those are just always winners across the board. One more before we go, and I'm just going to say it. I want to say two things before we go. I shouldn't throw out another honorable mention, and I'll save it for the Patreon. But I'm going to do it here because why not, Tommy? It's Halloween, and that's a Starburst. Starburst. I mean, when you're getting Starburst, you're just winning. You're winning in all ways. It's the rainbow. Feel the rainbow. Everybody's feeling the rainbow. Is feel the rainbow? That's Starburst.
No, Starburst. The rainbow Skittles. Starburst. Yeah. What is Starburst gimmick?
I don't know what their gimmick is. But while you're looking for that, let me tell you something. If someone happens to watch this and you decide to give out money on Halloween, don't do it. Just don't do it. Unless it's going to be cash money, don't give out coins. I had so many people in my neighborhood when I was young who would throw out coins to the kids. And I got to tell you, I had no concept as a child. I didn't want pennies. I wanted candy. So do the right thing.
No coins and no baked products, no bags of cookies.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Nothing that's not manufactured. Yeah, we don't
fucking weirdo.
We don't want your home recipes. It has to be
cookies out of the kids' bags.
No. Just go to Costco.
By the way, Theo, brother, you're not gonna like this tagline for Starburst. I can't imagine this is their tagline, but they're unexplainably juicy.
It's a terrible tagline.
Terrible tagline.
And it's not
sounds
true.
like, it's more of like I don't know what. We're gonna save that one for the Patreon.
It sounds like
our thoughts on that tagline.
Yeah, I could see that with like a Capri Sun or something, but not that.
Very strange. But yeah, Starbursts are terrific. I still don't know why they put the yellow one in the packs, but whatever.
You know, there are some people that kind of dig those. I don't know who they are. I've never met one. I'm sure they're if you're one, put it in the comments.
Yeah, please.
You would be like the you know, the white tiger. I mean, those are a rarity.
Yeah, we want to know what's behind your mind for the yellow.
If you're going yellow as your first pick, if you open a sleeve of Starburst and that's your first pick,
no,
first of all, good for you because you're getting all the Starburst.
No, you might be a sociopath if you do that. I don't know if I want to meet you.
Yeah, between that and Tootsie Rolls. All right, that was our Halloween candy. You know the deal. Down there, go to the Patreon link if you want to support the channel. We're gonna go over there right now and discuss some really horrible Halloween candies. And yeah, that's Rushmore, right, Tommy?
Thanks, guys, and as always, subscribe for us. It really helps us a lot. It'd be like you're giving us our favorite candy just by pressing a button.
Feel the rain.
Would that be nice? Would that be nice?
Keep it juicy or whatever that thing is. All right, goodbye.